all the difference. It makes all the difference. And if my thinking is different from the thinking of the other person, ultimately we will achieve different results. Because what I think about determines what I do, and it determines the results that I will achieve. So we know that this is network marketing, yes? And we established that there are two things that we do in network marketing. Number one is that we educate the ignorant, and we build a community of like-minded people. If that is what we're going to be doing, then a very important part of what we must be doing is finding prospects. And that is like what gives the average person jitters. You know, they're traumatized when they think about having to sign people up. You know, you see people who like the product, they like you, they want to join the business, they like what the compensation plan is all about. They love it. It resonates with what they want to achieve in life. But then they ask you this question. They ask you, do I have to bring people into the business? If you are here and anybody has asked you this question, please type, I have been asked this question before. If somebody has asked me before, I like you to, the product is good. I like the company. If I like you, I want to do the business. But must I sign people up? Must I bring people? If you are like that, please, I was asked yesterday. Okay, I have been asked before. I've been asked before several times, all the time. Yes, so many times. Okay, I was asked yesterday. I mean, if you are doing this business, somebody should have asked you even at least yesterday. I mean, so it's a fear that people have. Madam Fadikemi, I cite you. I see you. Good to have you. Okay, so based on the three categories of people that we have, and we have taken time to break them down. We have the posers. Oh, sorry, let me enable my video. We have the posers, we have the amateurs, and the professional. Before we go into finding prospects, so that I will be sure that you've been following this class, yeah, I need you to score yourself based on these three categories. The poser, the amateur, and the professional. Please score yourself so far based on what we have spoken about all these three categories. Evaluate yourself and score yourself. Are you a poser? Currently, it doesn't, I mean, we all agreed yesterday that it is not wrong to start as a poser, but it's a bad idea to remain a poser. An amateur is not bad, but working to ensure that you move from there to becoming a professional is what is key. Please don't tell me that I'm a professional in Jesus' name. I don't want to hear that. I want to know what stage you are now. You know, somebody buzzed me after the class yesterday and I just couldn't stop laughing. Oh, she told me that she's a professional poser. I like that. I mean, yeah, her own posing, she did it with some level of professionalism. So if you want to qualify your own, you can say, okay, you're a professional amateur or you're a professional poser. Please, based on what we have discussed so far, please evaluate yourself. Okay, they have come. Okay. I'm an amateur. People just want to just put that professional. Doctor, I see you. Yeah, professional work in progress. I concur. Professional poser. Aha. Amateur. Graduate poser. I see you. Oh my goodness. Professional in the making. That one is not tenable in this class, please. Professional in making is not tenable. Give another answer, Madam Kemi Alabi. I'm waiting for your answer. Aha. Amateur. Fantastic. And there's nothing to be ashamed of, yeah? Once you have established where you are currently, then you can have room for growth. Then you can see where your flaws are, where the gaps are, and what you need to do to make it happen. So today, we're going right into, some other people are not, they are not evaluating where they are. It's all right. Amateur and you, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so we're talking about finding prospects. And even, you know, because finding prospects is at the heart of the network marketing profession, that is what separates the men from the boys. That's what separates the poser from the amateur and the professional. The mindset that goes into finding prospects is different for all these categories of people. Now, there's a general fear that people have when they are signing up, like they're scared, like they're afraid. All of a sudden, they just realize that they don't know anybody. Yeah? I don't know anybody. Do I even know anybody? I don't know nobody. But do you know that even though you're an introvert, that statement sounds logical, but it's not true? Do you know that? I mean, I'm sure you must, that statement you must wonder, I beg, you're just trying to make us feel good. I don't know anybody. In fact, I'm a lone ranger. Okay, I like that. We have a number of amateurs in the building, and it's work in progress. I love that. Okay, it sounds logical, yeah, to say I don't know anybody. In fact, I've been in my church. I've been attending my church for the past 8 years. I've been in the choir for 7 years. It's only the people inside the people that are in soprano that know me. Even in the larger choir, they don't know me. I don't know people. I don't know anybody. Yeah, on my streets, they don't know me. I just come in, I go out. In my association, it's only maybe somebody is doing better. I'll just put happy birthday, long life and prosperity, bam, I go. I don't know people. That's a normal mindset that people have. Do you know that statement makes sense, but it's not true? Do you know that? I'm sure you must wonder, no, I don't agree with you. I thought so too until I began to also learn. By the way, I'm not a professional yet. I'm an amateur on the way to becoming a professional. So I'm teaching you as I'm learning, and I'm practicing what I am teaching, okay? So now, as far as finding prospects are concerned, we have the poser's mentality. There's a mentality that posers have. And by reason of a refresher of some sort, the poser is somebody who comes with a mindset that is not, let's just give this one a try. This business, I'm not sure. They are not even looking at it like a business. They're looking at it like a lottery ticket. We treated that yesterday. Okay, so the poser is somebody who just says, this may be it. The it that I prayed for at the beginning of the year. I'm picking that as I'm signing up in this business, before the end of this year, I will make it. That's the poser. Just hopes, just hope, just believes that, yeah, I will hit it big by some stroke of whatever. So as far as finding prospects is concerned, the poser's mentality is that the poser makes a mental note. Please note that I put the word mental in capital letters. Whatever the poser is thinking, the poser is thinking it in his head. The poser is making a mental note of 2, 3, 4, 5 people, and their future or their success in the business is based on these few people. That means if you wake the poser up and ask, what's your plan for your business? You say, oh, the other network that I did, the leader, I'm targeting that one. Number 2, the head of my association, if I will use my money to sign him up, because everybody listens to him. 2, 3, I have one uncle that he has money. That's 3. 4, my sister, because my sister is in the US and I want to have one leg in US. That's how the poser thinks. So if you wake the poser up, the poser has 2, 3, 4, 5 people that he has based the future, the success, everything that will make him do well is based on these 4 people. Do you know the interesting thing about this industry is that sometimes it actually may work out. He may actually get to sign up maybe 2 of those 3, 4, 5 people that he thought about. The person may achieve a little success, but more often than not, it will not last. Because the person is no longer building. The person is not working on anything else beyond just the 3, 4, 5 people that he has had in mind. So that's the poser's mentality. The poser is basing their success on a few people. And once I hit it with these few people, I feel make up. Yes, so it's funny, he will be stranded. That's it. Ultimately, the person will be stranded. Do you know that if you have 2 posers, one can approach these 3, 4, 5 people. None of them will sign up. And we can have another poser. After talking to 5 people, 2 of them may actually sign up. In fact, one of them may sign up as VIP, and the other may sign up and the person is excited. He earns a personal bonus, instant reward. He earns this and that. He's gingered. And by a stroke or whatever, those people may sign up one or two other people, and then what happens afterwards? Like Tutu said, the person gets stranded. So the person like, it doesn't, I said this, it doesn't work. It doesn't work. And then that's the poser's mentality. You know, the thing there is that 80% of people who approach network marketing do so as posers. 80%. I'm sure, I mean, if I would ask you here now, how many times have people told you, okay, I'll sign up and see, let's see how it goes? If you are here and somebody has told you, let's see how it goes before. Let's see how it goes. Let's see what happens. Please type me. Just type me there. If people have told you before, let us see how it goes. Let me sign up and we'll see how it goes. Let's just see how it goes. Anybody like that? Even me, okay? I have done it for several other network marketing companies. Aha. You see? So you just do that, just sign up, boo, 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 boo. And then you have some level of success, and then that's it. Okay? Me. So we have people who are following in the building. Fantastic. Let's sign up and see how it goes. That one automatically is a poser. Nothing much is going to come out of it. So that's a poser. Okay, and if you're a poser in the room today, and you are in the room just by some stroke of whatever, believe me that your level is about to change because you are committing to taking this further than just being a poser. Let's look at the amateur and how the amateur looks at finding prospects. The amateur is a level higher. Okay, the amateur actually takes pen and paper or takes a notepad on the phone and does a written name list. See the clear difference between the poser and the amateur. The difference is that the poser has 3, 4, 5 people in his head. The amateur has a written name list. Let's say, for example, 100. I remember I was doing a training for my team a few weeks ago, and I told them about writing 100 names. And some people shouted, they say, yay, 100 people. Where do I want to get 100 people from? Okay, so let's even say, I'm sure the average amateur will be like 100. How many do I have on my phone? I have a number of people on my phone, so I can do 100. So the amateur actually does a written name list of 100. The amateur charges out with excitement, but little skill. There's a lot of excitement, but very little skill. You know, yesterday we took time to break down the skills that are required in this profession. Please ensure that you listen to the recording. It is so important. I will not want to go back to that because of time. So they charge out with excitement, but little skill. So because they have a lot of passion, they have a lot of excitement, and they have a written name list of 100 people, as they work on that list of 100 people, gradually the list thins out. Some people in the list say no. Some people start posting them. A few people say yes. Before they know what's happening, in a month or two, they have gone through their name list of 100, and excitement drops because that's not what they budgeted for. That's not what they bargained for. Their plan was that from this 100, my power of 4 would even enter level 3 from this 100 people. From this 100 people, I will have my level 1, level 2, they already planned it. But they can barely get their level 1 from the 100 people. So their excitement drops, anxiety heightens. And all of a sudden they're like, I'm running out of people. No, people are finished. Yeah, I mean, people have ever felt like that before, that people are finished though. Hey, it's like everybody I know in this world, I've spoken to them about my business. Everybody has finished. So all of a sudden they get anxious about running out of people, and they're like, oh my God. Have I not made the mistake by coming into this business? That's the amateur. Now, before I go into talking about finding prospects, what you need to do, I would like to say that finding prospects or finding quality people is a skill, and that's what separates the poser from the amateur and from say that's me. Yes, Yeah, you feel like, wow, I've already exhausted everybody. But I want you to pay attention today. I want you to pay very close attention. It's important to note that finding prospect is like one of the most important skills that you will learn in this industry. And do you know that when you find prospects for your business, once you have mastered the skill of adding prospects to your, finding prospects for your business, every other business you do would have enjoyed the same ripple effects. So if you are not paying close attention to finding prospects for your network marketing business, you are doing every other thing you are doing disservice to it. It's so important. It's such a vital skill to everything. Very important. Okay. There was a research that was done, but I'll come to that research later. But I would just like to say that finding quality people is the most important skill. Quality people, it's important. Now, when you start as an amateur and you have 100 people and you stop there, you have just told us that you're an amateur. It's important to know that you must never stop adding to that list. So guys that I told 100, the 100 was just a starting point. We are going to thousands. How do you get to your name list of thousands? Let me teach you something that I learned. And I already started practicing anyways. Never stop adding to your name list. Here it is called the active candidate list. It's important to note that. Now, how do you do that? How do you incorporate it into your life and you don't become a for people? Hey, I've seen prospects. How do you inculcate it into a lifestyle? And you know, it's important to know that network marketing is supposed to flow into your lifestyle such that you are networking with people and you are not doing it with struggle. How do you do that? A very important thing is to take every person you meet, get their contact information, and find creative ways to stay in touch with them. It's so important. Do you know that you meet people every time? You meet people everywhere. Now, remember that I didn't say that you should meet them and present your business to them. That's not what I said. I said everyone you meet, get their contact. I'm sure many of us will get contact details every time. How many of you have gotten someone's contact details or gotten people's contact details and you never contacted them? Raise your hand up. Say me. I am guilty. Please type in the comment section, I am guilty. I want you to begin find creative ways. Find creative ways to keep in touch with them. Find creative ways to keep in touch with them. Guilty at start. I'm guilty. Oh, aha. You're plenty for dear. Correct. Creative ways to get in touch with them. Creative ways. Very important. Creative ways. And I would like to say this so that it's not me teaching you something. Can somebody in the class give me an example of a creative way you can get in touch with someone? Creative way. Give me a creative way you can get in touch based on anything else you do. Tell me something that maybe you met somebody at a party. Give me that we're thinking with me in this class. Because this is practical. I want you after this class to be able to reconnect with some people that you took their numbers at the beginning of the year before COVID, and you have not contacted them till now. Give me a creative way that you will get back in touch with them. Please, let's do that quickly. Let's do that quickly before I state this example of something I noticed. Such a powerful concept, very powerful concept. Very, very powerful. Okay, find something unique about that person that will be a point to keep in touch. Fantastic. 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 Now, I like that. And that's what makes it personal. That's what makes it, they are not just doing generic stuff. And if you met someone and you really don't know the person well, like Ogasiri has tried to tell us to do, if it's someone that you met and just exchange numbers, and you have not gotten in touch with the person since COVID, you know what you can do? You can call the person up. Ask the person, how you keeping well? Hope you're staying safe. Oh, I mean, it's an icebreaker. You want to be able to make sure that you register somewhere in their minds, so that when next they hear from you, it doesn't look like, who is this person got my number just to sell me something. Okay? Yeah, fantastic. Okay, okay, I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm liking this class. Yeah. All right. Dr. Fumi says, just reach out to say hello at first and chat a bit, asking how they are and not talk about business. Thank you, ma. Okay, Fumi says, you can find out what interests them. Fantastic. Creative ways to stay in touch may be monthly wishes. And please, when you are making those monthly wishes, make it direct, not all those Google niche text message. You know that kind of thing that, I mean, just do and just send to all your contacts. This one, you are being deliberate. So you're asking, you know, you're being specific. Just send SMS to say hello. I like that. Check on them and their families. You know, when you call people and ask after their families, it touches somewhere. It shows them, yeah, you care about the people they care about. Happy birthday on their birthday. That's such a powerful one. And you know, Facebook has given us, you can know someone's birthday, you just go and call with ginger. They will think you had their birthday in mind. Thank God for social media. Saving relationships since 1508. Just call with ginger and just wish them a happy birthday. They feel on top of the world. That's right. Okay, check on them and their families. I go through my WhatsApp status, try conversation based on the, I like that. Try conversation based on their status. Make it asked via a call, okay? Fulfill your promise you made in your first contact. Oh my God, I'm just loving this. Baba Osi, fantastic. I know when you are sincere with people, they are talking with them. I say, oh God, I'm just calling to just confess. I know when I took your number, I said I'll be in touch, but I have not. I'm just calling to keep in touch. I want to change my ways. You can't do that. I mean, people will relate with you and be like, really? I just want to change my ways and be in touch. How are you? Blah, blah, blah. That's it. Now, let me give you something that someone did to show you how powerful this concept is. There's someone, it's also in this book, who decided to do this exercise. His father actually taught him to do that. Yeah? And told him that every time he meets with people, he should get their numbers and find creative ways to keep in touch with them. And by the time he did that for 60 years, that told him, by the time he did that for 60 years, he had made 12,000 real friends. Please, I'm not talking about social media. I'm talking about real friends. We met at an association dinner. We met at old school boys association. We met at church, at a wedding. And I got your contact and I kept in touch with you. He did that over a 60-year period. He had made 12,000 real friends. And by real friends, I mean people that will say, I'm having my birthday, you come, they'll come with a bottle of wine, just share that special day with them and go. Somebody will say, oh, my wife gave birth, you come, give a card, or you give diaper, or whatever. Direct quality relationship. Over a 60-year period, he had made 12,000 real friends. Now, I'll tell you where the power is. The power is not even yet in what I'm talking about. The power is in where I'm going. Just focus. Focus on what I'm talking about. Based on prospecting, there are 3 steps, or I think 4 steps that have been identified to be involved, and I want you to follow me very closely. Okay? And what we're talking about really is on the name list. I'm sure you've been following as far as that's concerned. The poser has a mental list, the amateur has a written list of 100, but the professional has a comprehensive list. And please, I need you to note this, very important. Please ensure that you have a comprehensive list. What do I mean by a comprehensive name list? Include everyone you can think of. Everyone. Everyone. Please type everyone in the comment section. Everyone. Everyone you can think of. Type everyone in the comment section. Very, very important. Everyone you can think of. And I'll tell you why. I'll tell you why I'm saying everyone. Everyone. Thank you, Tutu. Thank you. Everyone. Yeah. Include everyone you can think of. That positive person, the person that you say, this is the type of person I want in my team. Put the person. That negative person who does not see good in anything, add the person to the list. There's a third category. That third category that say, I will never do network marketing in my life. Put that person on your list. I will tell you why. If you are here, and you have said this before, that I will never do network marketing in my life, Please type in the comment section. I have said that before. I have said that before. Please type in the comment section. Type it. If you have told yourself, I will never do network marketing again in my life, and you are here this morning or this afternoon, please type, I have said that before, in the comment section. Quickly. Aha, I've said that before. They are here, correct. They are here, correct. Aha. Oh, Gasiri, don't worry. I'm coming to that level, from level to level. Yeah. I've said that before. So, I mean, put everything, everybody on your list, everyone, positive, negative, and the people that say I will never do. Why? Because your name list is your asset in this business. It is your gold mine. That is where the success that you want to achieve is. Why is it important to have a comprehensive name list? I will also tell you why. I'm coming, yeah, I've said that before. I mean, in fact, I believe it is enriching your upline. I mean, that's it. For whatever reason, for whatever experience we've had in the past, a number of us here have said that we never, and we're here today. So that means that person that you have said will not join. It's not true. It's not true. That's why I said the most important tool in this case is your mind. Something changed in your mind is the reason why you're here today. And that same thing can change in the person's mind. You know, I said we do two things in this business. We educate the ignorant and we build a community of like-minded people. So your mind could change, his own mind, their minds can also change. Now, a major way to know that, you know, a major way to approach writing your name list or to see writing your name list is what it does to you. When you take a pen on paper or when you take your phone and write the name list, there's something you are doing. You are emptying your mind on paper. You are emptying your mind on your device. Why? So that new people can come in. Do you think it's everybody that you know you're going to remember at once? No. Do you know that the more names you write, the more names will come into your mind? That's a powerful, powerful exercise, honestly. If you haven't been doing it, you should try it. It works. So if you keep them in your head, I mean, it's just like a dam. A dam, if you don't empty the dam from time to time, it will begin to stink. But when you have a channel, there will be a fresh inflow. When there's a channel, there's a fresh inflow. Choke the inflow, choke the outflow. Once you have choked the outflow, there will be no inflow. Nothing else will come in. Yeah? So empty your mind on paper so that new names, new people can come in. And also, I would like to take it to the level where Mr. Cyril already mentioned earlier. Everyone is a door. Everybody you meet is a door to other people. Everyone. Everyone that you meet is a door to other relationships. So, I mean, ultimately, the comprehensive list you have written, it doesn't mean that you're going to ultimately talk to all of them, but it gives you the opportunity to know that, oh, I know people, and those people also know people. So I can build my business. I have really mates. People is not the problem. I can build this. I can grow this organization. It can be large. It can be massive. So ultimately, you may not even have to talk to all of them. For this exercise, honestly, for me, I don't know whether it's revealing to you like it's been for me. It's extremely revealing. It breaks a paradigm that limits me to think that my team can only grow this far. No, I'm done thinking that. I mean, I'm limited, you know, by that mindset. The exercise is so powerful. As I write, new names come in, and approaching everyone as a door makes all the difference in my business. Okay, step one. I mean, that was step one in looking at prospecting from a professional point of view. Step two is closely linked to step one. To say that from your list, you can actually reach the people they know. Everyone on your list have their own people too, has their own people too. So from your list, you can reach the people they know as well. So if somebody tells you no, honestly, I was telling my upline not long ago, that I'm loving the no's that I'm getting. Those that are rejecting, saying no to my business opportunity. Eh? Everyone is a door. Yes, so Mr. James. Everyone is a door. Do you know that those people that tell me no, when I ask them for referrals, they give me referrals sharp, 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 sharp. They give me referrals. It works, guys. When the person has said no to you for one thing, I go and meet the person again. Will the person say no the second time? The person say, oh, feel this somehow. I've said no to this, madam. Let me say yes to this one. And honestly, you'll be amazed what the referral can do to your business. So you have access. Yes, referrals. Yes. Do you know anyone who will be interested in doing this business? Anyone who would need this product? They will give you referrals. It works, guys. You can try it. Okay, so have a comprehensive list and keep building your list. It's called an active candidate list. Now, let me say something. It's important to note that you should add to your name list every day. You can do that. You can make a commitment to add to your name list every day. You'll be amazed at how your business will blow. Your network marketing business and any other business that you do will take a radical turnaround. You'll be amazed. Okay, so keep building the list. And there's a phenomenon that I heard. I don't know how true it is. They say it's based on research. They said you are 6 people away from anyone you want to reach anywhere in the world. I don't know how true that is. But I mean, I can figure it out. I can try to see that there's some sense in it. Okay, that means if I want to reach Trump, or if I want to reach Obama, I can know somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody who knows somebody, all Obama. Okay, that's concept says, yeah, that's the concept. It says that I'm 6 people away from anyone that I really want to reach. So that means everyone is a door, opens another door, opens another door, opens another door, all the way to where I want to get to. It's amazing how we shortchange ourselves when we keep quiet and we don't speak out. It's just amazing. Step 3, I already said it. Constantly expand your name list. Professionals add 2 fresh people to their list daily. They add 2 fresh people to their list daily. I didn't say they prospect 2 fresh people daily. I said they add 2 fresh people to their name list daily. Do you now think that a professional will be worrying about the same thing that the poser is worrying about? No! A professional is already living in abundance mentality. He's already thinking, nothing is impossible like anything I set my mind to do. So all I just need to do is to have fun, meet people. I must be out there. So I have 2 fresh people to my name list every day. This is a core skill in being a network marketing professional. So that means there are some skills about meeting people, striking conversations, being interesting. And, I've told this to my team before. I shouldn't just come to your wall and all I see on your wall is read agree Monday. I will not find you fun. I will not find you interesting. I must be able to find exciting things about you and want to join you, whatever else you're doing. So we must be fun, we must be interesting, while not keeping our eyes away from our goal of what we want to achieve. So the professionals add 2 fresh people to their list daily. It's a call list and it is an easy thing to do. Adding 2 fresh people to your list daily. I mean, that's almost every other week I get added to one group or the other. Recently, I was added to my primary school, old school association. I was like, what? Primary school, oh my goodness. Yes, so now we know. We're learning, sir. Mr. James, we're learning. Now we know. When we know and we begin to act, we'll see amazing results in time. Okay, it's actually easy to meet people regularly. So I will say that I was added to my primary school, old boys as say, old children, what do they call association? What? When I said, I was like, what? So I was checking. Maybe I remember like 2 or 3 of them. And then one of them calls me from the US, she's in Atlanta. She was talking to me so familiarly. Honestly, I couldn't remember her. But of course, I was very warm. I was, and I woke up this morning to see that she had even sent me a message. So she's on my list. She's in Atlanta. I have 2 team members in Atlanta, although they've not been active for a while. But that's a team member in the making. She contacted me, we linked up. So my team is growing. It is what it is. So meet people, consciously add 2 people to your name list every day. Always make friends. Be friendly, be warm. It changes you. Even you will be happier. Your life will feel richer. And that's why I tell people that network marketing is a lifestyle business. It impacts on you totally. It just makes you a happier person, makes you a more approachable person, makes you an agreeable, relatable, warm person. And it will impact on every other aspect of your life. Okay, so the professionals are always making friends. They have a high level of social awareness. They don't just go for parties and just go and dance, and they are very aware. They see people, they want to meet people, and they don't mention their business or their products. They meet those people, conversations, they exchange numbers, and they keep in touch. Online, they meet people and they discuss and gist and all of that, and they keep in touch. Anytime they talk about their business to them. And if they get a no, what do? They get a referral. It's as simple as that, guys. It's as simple as that. And it's amazing, honestly. Okay. I would like to, I'm conscious of the fact that we'll be taking question and answer. Let me just pause at this point. If you are here and you have questions, we'll be leaving about 10-15 minutes before the end of this class to take your questions. I have my able leaders in the building. Mrs. Chilaka, all the way from Port Harcourt. We have Dr. Aino from Lagos. We have Yoma from Lagos. I don't know which other leader is here, but we have leaders available and present who can answer your questions. I'm also available to provide some guidance and all of that. Okay. Please start noting your question down. It's very, very important. There was something I wanted to read out from this book. There's something I wanted to read out. I'm coming. Yeah. Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. So, I mean, in mentioning that, professionals have a high level of social awareness. They see people everywhere. And everywhere they see people, they see possibilities. They see people, they see business. They see people, they see their organization. Okay. And with that, they don't worry. They don't have the anxiety that the poser has or that the amateur has. They just happen. Yeah. They just happen. All right. Yeah. So there's somebody, for example, who is a professional. His name is Jordan Adler. Is written about in this book, and he says he just lives his life. He's always making new friends, and he's a professional. They pay attention. Professionals pay attention to the world around them. They know that they will be introduced to new people all the time because they pay attention to detail. When you introduce people to them, they are deliberate. So people want them to meet even more people. You know, it's like, that's how it works. But you know what the amateur does? The amateur does not see people. Oh. The amateur will be saying, where are the people? I cannot find the people. Oh. Why are you seeing so many people? I mean, you can't see anybody. So imagine that you add two people to your name list every year, just every day, two people per day. At the end of every year, you would have added about 600 people. Let's say maybe about 600 people to your name list. Do that for 5 years and you have 3,000 plus people. That's how it works. And everyone is a door, like we have said. Everyone is a door. That's so important. If you are learning something, please type in the comment section, I'm learning. I'm learning. My mind is changing. Something is happening to me. I'm seeing this differently. Express what's happening to you. If it's happening to you like it's happening to me, I want you to just type, something is happening to me. I'm seeing differently. I'm going to do this. Yeah, over learning. My mind is changing. Something is happening. Seriously learning. Fantastic. Okay, and that's the life of a professional. You know, and then you go ahead to act. Okay, so what must I begin to now do? What must I do as I begin to wrap up this afternoon? What must I begin to do? I must network on purpose. I know in this part of the world, when people who are in network marketing say, go there and go and network, What they say is that go there and go and tell them about your business. No, that's not it. Network on purpose means meet people. Meet will be visible, be warm, be unforgettable. When people meet you, let something happen to them that is a little bit different. I'm not saying enter their nose off, but just be you and be unique. Meet people. Okay, I'm learning loads. Fantastic. I'm seriously learning. I like that. People skills. I must network on purpose. Do you know that people that are introverts, they're almost sometimes better in handling relationships than extroverts? Because extroverts, you greeted this person, you go to the next person. Introverts are. So don't let anybody deceive you that because you are reserved, you don't have people skills. That's so untrue. Like I tell people, my dad is one of the warmest people I know, but he's an introvert. But when my dad meets you for the first time, all my friends say that when he meets anyone for the first time, he greets them like old friends. But he's reserved. He's not out there. So based on your unique personality, you can network on purpose. You can be visible. Yeah. What else must you do? Go out, join a gym, association, volunteer, meet people and bid your time. It doesn't mean that it's when you meet them that week or I've met them in the third week of August. By first week in September, I will tell them about my business. No. If you're doing that continuously, then the people that you met 2-3 months ago, you can tell them about your business today. The people you are meeting today, you can tell them about your business. So, if you keep meeting people, you will not have any worries about sharing your business with people. And if people know you as someone who gives value, who they can trust, who they like, I've shared that before in the course of this, then they will want to join you whatever you're doing. And if for any reason they say no, guys, ask for a referral. It works. And in the combination of what we have with Green Mondays, with the reader range of products, we can make friends, we can make a difference, we can be healthy ourselves, we can become wealthy and wiser by reason of the things that we are learning. I can't say this enough, that network marketing, we indeed have a better way. Network marketing presents a richer life for you that impacts on every other thing that you do. Everything else that you do. Okay. I think I'd like to stop it at this juncture because we have 8 more minutes to 1 o'clock, and I didn't want us to overshoot this because I also want to take questions. I want to also be able to take questions, and I will not answer the questions alone. I have people here. I hope this class on prospecting has been helpful for you. If it has been helpful for you, please type in the comment section it has been helpful for you. 1, 2. Tell me what you will begin to do from today in prospecting based on what you have learned today. Okay, tell me if it has been helpful for you. Tell me something you begin to do differently about prospecting from today. Please type that in the comment section. While we wait for questions, while I get my leaders ready to be able to answer those questions, please let's do that very quickly as we begin to wrap up this afternoon. I believe it has been a helpful time for you, as it has helped me as well. If this has been helpful for you, it has been very helpful for you and what you begin to do differently based on what you have learned today. Okay, I'll consciously make my list. Today, I must increase my name list, which is my gold mine. Very helpful. Add more regularly to my name list. Fantastic. I'll make sure I speak to someone about my business every day, not minding if they say yes or no. Okay, it has been helpful for me. I will start writing my name list now. Fantastic. Fantastic. You'll be amazed. It will impact on your life generally. It's such a powerful, powerful one. I'll revisit my creative candidate list and add more people to it daily. Helpful for me, I'll begin to seek for referrals. It's been helpful to me, and I'll start keeping healthy name lists from today. Remember that we said, yes, so a lot of work to do. Yeah, that's it. And we'll begin to work now. It's important. It's important. Remember that we said everyone will enter that list. The negative, the positive, and the people that say, I will never. The I will never people, please add them to the list. Everyone, take your mind and put it on paper, and fresh names will begin to come in. It's so powerful. It's powerful. I went out yesterday, met an old friend, greeted and departed. I suddenly remember the training that I must get the contact of everyone. I reversed quickly. I got her contact. Hopefully, she'll be at this evening's meeting. Even if she's not at this evening's meeting, man, just keep in touch with her. Yeah, even if she's not. Of course, you invite her, but even if she's not, okay, fantastic, very helpful. I'll start adding the new 2 names to my list. Fantastic. I've deliberated in asking the people that said no for referrals. Fantastic. Okay, I will consistently add 2 names. Okay, I blocked 80 people from viewing my thing. Oh my goodness, are you kidding me? You blocked 80 people from viewing your status, but why? You will relieve some. We will see after the service. See me after 3rd service, please. You are blocking people. Oh my goodness, I have my name list daily. Okay, thank you very much. Thank you. Okay, we'll take questions now. Very quickly. Okay, somebody is asking, what is the correct use of our flyers? What's the correct use of our flyers? Like I said earlier, yes, I like that. Just add it to my name list. Please make it daily. Add it daily. It doesn't take anything from you. Daily. You'll be amazed. Okay, somebody asked, what is the correct use of our flyers? Remember, we said in this business, we educate and we educate the ignorant and we add people to our like-minded, we build a community of like-minded people. We educate the ignorant and we build a community of like-minded people. That's important. Now, what are the flyers for? In the course of this week, I had some people who did some things for me and I wanted to appreciate them. I put some products together, packaged it, and I put my flyers with it. Yeah? All of them have called to thank me for what I gave them, and they are reading the flyers. I know that my gift will not be in vain. Yeah? Are we together? My gift will not be. In fact, let me share an example of an experience that happened to me so that you know that, this thing that we're doing, it works. And sometimes, the thing about us thinking like posers sometimes is that we want to plant now. Assume that what you're planting is a cash crop, like cocoa. You plant cocoa now and you want to reap next month. It doesn't work that way, guys. Okay? Sometimes you could get somebody buzzes you immediately. But it doesn't always happen that way. And that's why we should prospect regularly. I can't tabernacle with 2, 3, 4, 5 people and say those are the people that will make things happen for me. I must have an active list. So yeah, I was going to say that something happened at the beginning of this year. At the beginning of this year, we had a physical meeting. We have a group of pastors. We meet together with our own pastor. So, and we gathered, and people came from different places, from Jos, some people came from Abuja, from Port Harcourt, from different places, different locations, Enugu and all of that. So there were about 20-something of us. And of course, my business cap was opened. These are people that we meet every week to pray. We meet every week to pray on Zoom. So I've been doing that for a couple of months. So we're going to have a physical meeting in January. So as we're thinking of going for that meeting, myself and Malga said, let's package something together and give these men of God. As men of God, when they use it and it's okay, I'm sure they will get other people in their congregation and all of that to use the product, or even they may even want to do the business or whatever. Whatever. So we'll put some products together, package it nicely, put flyers. I think we had about 20 packs or so. Put it together like that. And they are big men. So we package, if I want to package for each person, maybe must have cost about 25K for each person. The different product, capsule, bitters, everything, put everything together. This was going to be a heavy investment. Yeah, okay, Madam Chilaka, correct. So we put all of this together and we put flyers in each and every one of them. And after the meeting, as we're saying, oh, God bless you, blah, 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 we're giving it to them one by the package. you know, they were all, thank you very much, blah, blah. If one of them came and say, are you people doing herbal? They're doing, okay. How come you are doing that? Okay, well, thank you. So, I mean, we had different reactions and people went. This was since January, guys. Since January. We did not hear PIM from all these people. They just collected, just calculate for me, guys, close to 500K that went into that investment. I said, now, wow, these people are not even going to call, they are not even going to say they want the product. I said, now, wow. So I just left it and just, sometime around in the heat of the pandemic, one of them called and said, I've been seeing some things about that product online. Is it the same product you gave me? By the time we started speaking, yeah, I've not even opened it. Guys, can you imagine? He said, I've never opened it. Say, I just opened it, check this. They say, okay, and my mom has a BP issues, my dad has. So after that, he ordered for 2 capsules. 2 capsules, that's 15K. That was maybe around May or so. May, it was in the heat of the pandemic. So ordered 15K. That was all I got from that. That was all. So since then, I started looking at this. It's like this, my investment is not yielding anything. Sometime first week in August, we got a call from one of them that said, I've actually been doing Apple, I'm doing networking with, well, they don't have products. I want to bring them into a business that has products. And that your product is good. He has actually called me for like 2 months ago. He said, product, it's like it's a good one. Oh. It's like it's a good product. Oh. But you know, some people call you and they don't call you back. And you're just in touch with them. Say, I'm still thinking about that your product. Oh. I'm still. Long and short, 2 days ago, he got delivery of products worth over 300K and signed up. Silver Pack, he wants to do the business and so on and so forth. Yeah. If I didn't do all of that, if I didn't give him the flyers, the seed that was sold since January, if I said, now wow, these things don't work. Because I'm not thinking long term, I would have thought that. But if I had stopped my business, hoping on the 15 people or the 20 people, would I be where I am today? Would I qualify for Singapore? Would I, I won't do that. I keep an active list. I'm driving, I'm going, I'm doing all of that. Because I know, and I'm not saying everybody should do package of 20K or 25K. There are people that all I give them. I still gave somebody 1 BAM and 1 30 meals 2 days ago. Unknown to me, he had gout arthritis. And he said the BAM was beginning to work for him immediately when he used it. So, so I put that and I put the flyer. So when he asked, so we go through the flyers, then let's talk. And then we begin to have the conversation and all of that. So it helps the conversation to be smoother. It makes it, makes you break in easily and you can talk about the business and all of that. So that's that about the flyer. Mrs. Chilaka, please, please unmute yourself to answer that. I hope what I shared covered for the flyers and covered for many other things that have to do with having an active list that you are servicing. Some will not respond immediately. Some will respond later. Some will not respond at all. Yeah. So we need to have that in mind and approach our business as professionals so that when we don't have favorable results, we are not down. We just keep moving. Yeah. So, it's important. Thank you, ma'am.
Okay, let me just add something because has already summarized it. Thank you, ma'am. The flyer is a very important tool. The flyer is very important. Like I have some pharmacies, some supermarkets that are very stubborn. When you take the product to them, they say, you hear all manner of things. So some of them, and I said, okay, if you don't want me, you don't want to buy the product, you don't want to be part of it, can you allow me to drop my flyers? So some of them, when I persuade like this, so yeah, drop your flyers now. So I drop my flyers on their shelf and the rest. Do you know that sometimes after 1 week, after 2 days, some people will come and ask for the product? Somebody went to one stubborn pharmacy that I have. And the person said, do you have reader? They say, no, they don't have. My flyer was there. The person saw the flyer. The person said, but this is reader flyer and you don't sell the product. What is happening? The person said, madam, we don't have reader. And every flyer, my number is on it. I used to put my number on every flyer. So you don't just give a flyer without your number. So what the person did, the person collected the flyer, called my number. I saw your flyer in so-so pharmacy. please, I need this product. The person called me, and I asked the person, which pharmacy? Let me be sure, because 419, you must be careful. 419 are everywhere. So I now told the person, which pharmacy? She now told me, so place. I said, okay, can we meet at so place? Today, at least I've gotten about over 3 downlines through supermarket, pharmacies that I dropped my flyer. So it helps you to go far. It helps you to register people that you don't even know. You don't know them. You don't know them. Sometimes I go to the bank. You know how bank is. You don't have the opportunity of talking to people. You can just drop your flyer. Sometimes I just beg the teller, I beg, make I drop this thing here. I go to some places, I say, I beg, let me drop this thing here, but I must ensure my number is written boldly. So it helps you to go far. It helps you to build and build with people that are serious. Because anybody that sees that flyer and calls you, the person is serious and ready. Either ready to buy the product or ready to do the business. It has really helped me. The flyer has really helped me, yes. So lay hands on the flyer and take it seriously. Thank you.
All right. Okay. Thank you for that. I believe that was also helpful. Some people also are saying that whenever they deliver the product, they also add flyers as well. It's important because the person that is getting the product already wants the product, but somebody around them may lay hand on the flyer. The flyer actually flies to where you may not physically be. Okay. Thank you very much.
I'd also just like to chip in something about the flyers as well.
Okay, ma.
It's very useful. Like on our estate, we have a news agent, and so we sometimes leave the flyers with him, and he puts them in some newspapers. And I've gotten calls out of the blue that, oh, are you? Because I just put my username, Funshe, and put the number. Is that Funshe? You know, and I've gotten people buy products like that. I don't know them. I just send my staff to deliver to them, you know, maybe across the road. And, you know, so they're not, you may not get 100%, but that 1 or 2 makes all the difference, you know, to keep putting your flyers wherever you can, of course, with your contact details. Hello? Hello?
We lost her.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, I can hear you now.
No, I heard her. No, we didn't. I didn't lose her. I heard her.
I hear you now.
I heard her well.
Yes, yeah. I was just saying that, just lending my voice to the flyers.
Oh, you did. That must have been my internet.
Yes. Okay. Thank you
very much. Yeah. Thank you. So the questions have started coming in. I think we have 1 or 2 questions that we'll need people to help us answer. I think it's when your business is not growing. There's a saying in my language that says that roasted dog meat is sweet. But before the dog meat finishes roasting, what am I going to do? What do I do? How do I stay positive when my business is not growing? How do I do that? Yoma, do you want to help to lend the voice to that?
Okay.
You want to lend a voice to that?
How do you stay positive? Yeah, yeah.
Or of course, every other person can also
say. Yes, can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay.
I can hear you.
Okay, thank you very much. Thank you for the training, Ma. How do you stay positive when your business is not growing? You said that failure is moving from, success is moving from failure to failure without losing enthusiasm, without losing the ginger, so to speak. That's one of the greatest hallmarks of every successful entrepreneur. The deception or the picture that people have because of the mindset where we're coming from. And understand, I always like using that quadrant because employee, self-employed, business owner, investor is not just about a situation. It's more about paradigm than about situation, because there are people who are employees, but they understand the business owner, so they operate as business owners, their mindsets. So there are people who have a lot of money, they operate as employees and self-employed in their mindsets. So one of the mindsets of employees is if you are doing well, it will show. It will show. When you see someone that is not doing well, it's because they are not dressing awesome, they are not riding the best cars. Same thing with self-employed. But a business owner might not even look the part, but they are very humble. You won't even know that they are the ones paying the manager who's dressing really awesome. So I want to come from that angle to answering this question. How do you stay excited even when business is not working? The truth about it is that you need your enthusiasm is not as a result of what is happening immediately. It's not about because you have started earning the highest salary or you got a great contract and so, oh, God is good, awesome, everywhere. No, it's because you have a clear vision of the future and you are excited about the journey that is taking you there. That picture must consistently be in your mind. You get? So, because I remember when I was in this business, when I started my first year, people would think I was the highest and I was one of the highest earners in the business. Meanwhile, I was not making more than $25 per week. Sometimes I won't even see that $25. I'll be praying. In short, when I think about the prayers I used to pray for God, this month, at least, let me just gather 25 per week, and then I can have $100 in a week. I used to pray serious prayer and I would work very hard. But guess what? Everybody that used to see me at the office then, when we were on Allen, they would think I was one of the highest earners. I would show up for every training. I was there for every, in short, me that could not make money, I was paying money for coming late. Ladies and gentlemen, see, your enthusiasm should not be based on the results you are getting or not getting immediately. You are clear. The truth about it is that the beautiful thing rather even about Green Monday is that we have seen people. You have Dr. Fumi, you have Mrs. Chinwe Chilaka, you have Emma, you have people who are doing well already, right? Who you can see that, oh, there is results in this business. The only thing is that it has not happened for you yet. Ladies and gentlemen, the only way it will happen is that you stay enthusiastic, you are plugged in, you act like you're one of the highest earners in the company. That's my, as in you are there, you are not moved by, they didn't answer me, I invited 20 people, -2 came, I shared 200 flyers, everybody packaged the flyer and sent back to me. It's only me that is not. See, if people tell you their failure story in this place, I had to tell one of my team members this. I said, see, she's telling people they are not inviting. I said, see, do you know that? And I told her my percentage. I say I have a 95% failure rate in terms of invitation. And so because of that, I invite a lot more people. So instead of inviting 10 people and then only half come, I rather invite 100 people so that 5 can come. Or I invite 200 people so that 10 can come. Because you need to understand, these are some of the things that keep us going. And guess what? When you stretch yourself that far, you realize that even when you hit it and you start getting flow, people are coming and business is going on, you have already created a lot of capacity to keep flying really, really high. So success is moving from failure to failure without losing any bit of enthusiasm. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Need I say more? I don't think I need to say more. I think you have done much justice to that. Doctor, I don't know whether I just heard you chuckle just now.
Yes, thank you. Yoma, thank you very much. I mean, that helped me as well. But, one thing I just also wanted to say is that there are seasons. I find that there are seasons even in everybody's business. So you may have a season, even as a leader, even as somebody who looks like, they're doing well, they're this. There are seasons. So it's just to understand that, and I've even seen it in my team, with some of my team members, that maybe there's a season they're doing everything they want to do. I mean, they're supposed to do, nothing is happening, but boom, suddenly, suddenly things happen, and they're encouraged. Even with me personally, I gave myself there's some targets I gave myself since end of June, and initially for the first 4 weeks, nothing much was happening. Then suddenly I could see that, okay, I can still sign up fresh people from nowhere, and so there's if we bear that in mind, we will know that, okay, this is winter, spring is coming, summer is coming.
Amazing. Thank you so much for that. And we really need to understand, based on, even let's look at today's training. understanding the fact that it will take some time. I meet people, I'm adding to my list, I'm telling them about the opportunity, they're taking their time to come on board, and I have that cycle continue. Then I will understand that really there can be seasons. There are people here who are relatively new in the business, who are soaking it all in, practicing what they are learning. They are, but it's not yet, they're not yet there. And like Dr. Fumi said, the time when it will just be like boom, is really around the corner. And we need to keep at the things that we need to begin to do. And that's why it's important. This training we're doing is important so that you can keep doing the things that you're supposed to be doing. Very important. You can keep doing the things you're supposed to be doing so that you will get the results that you will get. If we do what we're supposed to be doing in time without losing enthusiasm, our results is inevitable. Very, very important. So the last question today, I don't want to stretch this too far. Someone asked a question here. When you call up a new prospect for the first time, what do you say to start the conversation? When you call up a new prospect, that question for me has questions. There are questions inside this question, but I think I'll just leave it open. Let somebody, let me just hear you out. Let somebody help us answer the question. Yeah. But please don't, guys, sorry to cause you. Don't be sitting on the sidelines, coming for training, not doing anything, and think that boom will happen to you. No boom anywhere. It's only if you have been doing the things you're supposed to be doing, and then that's when boom can come. Let's keep doing what we're supposed to do, guys.
True. Thank you very much, Ma. I think let me try to answer.
I've dropped the question.
Okay. So let me try to. When you call up a prospect for the first time. Now, this is interesting, because the question does not state a number of things. Like you said, there are a lot of questions. Now, did I just call somebody up? I won't advise you to just call somebody up and the first thing you're telling them is, you want to tell them about your business. No, it's just hi. As a matter of fact, I think in my team, I tried to do something like a draft to let them know, okay, you know what? If you are talking, because for example, we use social media a lot, use WhatsApp. Mm-hmm. There's a possibility that you are not unfamiliar to that person. The only thing is that maybe you have not spoken to the person for 10 years. Mm. I don't suggest that the first thing you say is you do a pitch. Just say, hey, what's up? Let me tell you what I did. I have 5,000 people in my contacts. I have not spoken to 4,995 for a long time. Because maybe I just, is human now, just put something they will like or something. I realized that now I said I was going to prospect everybody on my list. But what did I do? Only those that I know that, hey, I can be like, hey, what's up? We spoke some weeks ago, or we spoke a month ago. Those kind of people. But for most of the people, they were cold. I had not spoken to them for 10 years, some for 15 years, some since we left secondary school. So what did I do? This was my pitch. I used it for 99% of them. I say, hey, what's up? How's everything? So we just answer fine. So be like, hey, Yuma. Hey, oh, Jesus, Yuma, is it you? Is it really you? That kind of thing. Yeah. And then we go into, why some people will be like, hey, how far? I'm fine. I'll know that this one just be like, wait till this one can't talk again. Okay. So what did I do? I said I used the same pitch. I was just like, hey, what's up now? How is family? How is life? How is everything? I said, with this whole lockdown, with this whole COVID-19 situation, I have actually decided that I was going to reach out to everybody because, we see ourselves on Facebook. We don't talk. It's not really nice. So I just knew that I've not really been trying. All of us have been busy. This was a good time to just reach out to everybody. So I just said I should check up on you. How is family? How is work? Hope it didn't affect your work. Hope it didn't affect. And many of them were like, man, guy, what you are saying is really true. Thank you. Even me, I need to reach out to other people. Because all of us are just, that was the conversation I had. I said it worked for 99% of people. And then the conversation could go left, go right, go all of this. Some of them, as I was talking, were like, so what are you even into right now? Mm-hmm. Now, in that kind of situation, I led them into the business on the first conversation simply because they were the ones that I even brought. Sometimes I was skillful enough to tweak, to turn the conversation in that direction, to be like, so how are you? Say, I'm in Canada. I say, you are in Canada. I say, oh boy, that is good though. He said, do you want to come to Canada? I say, me, Yoma. I say, for now, I'm not really sure. I say, but me, I have footprint in Canada, but let's just leave it like that. You have footprints, how? I say, I just do some businesses. I have some things I'm doing in Canada. I mean, just thank God, Shabe, So I did, so it just allowed the conversation flow. So it did not look like I came to them to just make money off them. But those that maybe I just spoke to them last week or last month, I was like, hey, what's up? How's everything? I said, I have something to tell you. Is it okay to share the information here right now? You're like, really? Okay. I'm like, okay, yeah. So I give a pitch that led them to say, if you would like to hear more about this, then I would like to join either Zoom or WhatsApp. So that's basically what I do. So that's what I would encourage. Thank you.
Okay, fantastic. I think you've done good justice to that.
Can I say something?
Okay, great. Yeah, correct.
Okay, just 1 minute. Yeah.
Okay.
Like me, if I want to talk to maybe some new prospects, especially people I know, some of them, once I call them or I WhatsApp them, the first thing I tell them is some that are close to me, maybe I don't know what happened, we're not in contact for a long time. I just say, I just dream of you. So I just see you for my dream last night.
Oh my God.
I just dream. By you, I just see for dream last night. How is everything? How is the family? A long time now. So tell me, what are you into now? What are you doing? Which business? Are you working? How many children do you have? Blah, 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 blah. Person will tell me I'm into this. I say, okay. Now, these things you are doing now, do they have connection with passive income and leverage? That's how I start to. They say, you don't come again, no?
No
I
time.
say, what you are saying now, what you say you are doing this, you are doing that. Any leverage? Does it have connection with leverage and part? Because I love you, that's why I'm asking you this question. Because whatever you are into in life that has no connection with passive income leverage, you need to do something, my dear. I'm telling you. I'm not telling you you should come and join me, but it's just an advice from your old friend. Because I have something that can give you 100% leverage. I'm telling you. I don't know where you are now, if you are okay to hear, or I can just boost you, give you some write-ups about it.
Okay.
Before you know, I start flowing. I say, know that my business, we've migrated. We are in total control now. Our product is Wither Haba. It's a miracle in a bottle. I just start talking before you know. No, you must try to gain the person's interest and attention. So you don't just say business. You must show them that you care. That is what people want to know, if you care about them. You're not just bringing business to them. So that's why once I call you, if it's a long time, I just dream about you. I just see you in my dream. That is why I decided to call you. So thank you. Thank you, Emma.
Oh, what a chilaka, the different flavors of life. Amazing. Okay, some people said that they will combine it. Correct. I actually did a lot of that during this COVID season, and it really helped my business. Reconnecting with people and saying, I want to change. I want to be connecting with people. I want to be relating. I want to be more in touch and all of that. It really, really has been a helpful, it's important. So of course, a new prospect, you won't just call the person and start talking about your business. Like Ms. Chelaka said, they need to know that you care about them. And Yoma has demonstrated that as well. Ask about them, how they're doing, what are they into, and give some advice even about what they're doing before you bring what you have, so that it's not about what you have. I think at this point, I think we can call it a day. I don't think we have any other questions. I think we can create an avenue again for people to ask questions. I believe that in answering these questions, it will help. Somebody asked how they can get the flyers. They can get through the office in Lagos. So anyhow, you can contact the office in Lagos. I'm sure you should be able to do that. You can talk with the upline, make an arrangement to get the flyers. It's a good one to get the word out there. Ensure that your name and your number is on it so that we can contact you. I think that's my time. I've done far beyond the time that we planned, but I believe that this is good use of your time. I'll just, like I said yesterday, please keep putting in the hours. 10,000 hours is what makes you a professional. So I would not say that I'll be discouraged because I'm not yet seeing the results. I want to put in the hours because I want to earn like a professional. I want to earn like a pro. So anytime I want to feel discouraged, I ask myself, how many hours are I putting into this? So if my answer is not an exciting answer, then I keep at it. If I feel really low, I call my upline and I get some encouragement. I get some ginger. I get some energy. Yeah. Right. That's it. If you are feeling low and Call your upline. This is how I'm feeling. Get some energy. It's teamwork, guys. If your upline is not picking, call somebody else. Somebody will encourage. That's why I like this business. It doesn't matter what team you are in. If you are down and you call another leader, no leader will tell you that, beg, carry yourself, come up from here. Everybody wants everyone to do well. Okay, so you get ginger, you get encouragement, you get props, and and all of that. Rita, leave me alone. Okay, guys, it's been an amazing and interesting session for me. It's been a learning time for me. I will practice what I have preached. I encourage you to please practice what you have heard. Okay, we want to ensure that we have seasons and seasons of boom and boom after boom. And I know that it can become our reality. We want to be experts, we want to be professionals, and we will achieve big, big, massive results. Thank you very much for having me. This is our last day for this season for my team. We'll come your way again sometime in another week or 2 or 3 or whatever. It's always my pleasure to share as I learn and all of that. Thank you very much for having me. This is no waste of time at all. I'm not a changed person. Let's make it happen. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Dr. Aino. Thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, MI. Thank you. My spirit is lifted. That's our latest. Nice to have you, Olajuni.